very special video after a very long time. So apologize for the late update. I've been really very busy in terms of studies, my heavy job, then being associated with a student initiative like Tech on Hyperloop, and there are various major updates that I want to share. And on top of the cherry on top of the cake, I have also won the Deutschland Stipendium scholarship. And today we have Atharv Kale, who is also studying the same course as me in Arvitia, and he also shares the same stage with me in winning the Deutschland Stipendium. So a very big welcome to Atharv.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Bibek. And this was a very great initiative.
Yeah.
It was totally on the go. We had
Yeah.
a call saying, hey, there's this idea, we could do a podcast,
Yes.
a very informal discussion about our life in Aachen, in
True.
Germany,
True.
at RWTH. Also, our journeys together. We are in the same course
True.
in MME Kame. So it would be a very informal and a fun discussion.
Yeah.
And also you will get to know how students at RWTH work, how is their life.
True.
So, and I'm sure you'll enjoy it.
Yes. So we'll talk about weather, we'll talk about jobs, we'll talk about recession, and also we'll talk about how you can plan your trips from here in, super friendly, budget friendly trips from here to Austria. He recently has been to Austria, and this person always goes somewhere, when he gets time, he explores in and out of Germany as well as in other countries. I think it's gonna be a very fun discussion.
Totally. I agree. Of course, you need to study, you need to work hard.
Yeah, true.
But here you get to travel, you get to experience your independent life.
Yeah.
So, and you learn a lot through it, of course. And so, let's get started with the podcast.
Yes. So first question that everybody asks, and I really got one text today only, that how hard is it for the subjects to clear in any German institution for a student who is coming from India with Indian educational background? How would you rate it?
So at RWTH the subjects are hard, to be very honest.
Yeah.
Compared to a bachelor's in India, it is very tough here. In the exams, they ask you almost anything.
Yeah.
So you need to be totally prepared.
Yeah.
And it's not like you can study at the very end till the very beginning of the exam. You need to be very continuous with with your work and study patterns.
True.
You would agree to me.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you, because I told you in my last video also that incremental study is very important. Like, we study a little bit every day what is being taught in the class, so that it doesn't pile up to a big chunk and you have to study at that time like everything. That's very hard for any student, I presume. And how would you say how much credit is possible to be completed in 1 year's time? Like, we have 120 credits. Okay. If we take away the master thesis, is technically 90 credits.
Yes.
How much should a person complete in the first year of their studies?
Okay, so like on paper, according to the plan, we need to complete like 60 credits in 2 semesters, right?
Yeah.
So, and according to me, it is possible.
Yes.
Doing 60 in 2 semesters. For me, like, I have done 58.
Oh, nice.
In 2 semesters, so it is possible. And I would also suggest it is very flexible at Aachen or even in German universities. But you should always keep up with the pace. You shouldn't go very lower than 60, I would say.
Yeah.
So you can target something around 55. You can even complete more. Some of my friends have done more or subject more, going 55 to 66.
True.
So that would be a good
ideal one to target at least. Even if you're not able to reach that target, make sure that you are not around 30, 35.
Yeah. True.
Many students do that, and then it becomes very difficult, because then you have to go on adding semesters, adding fees for those enrollment semesters, and then you have the whole headache of when you're gonna pass out, when you're gonna earn money and stuff like that. So it becomes really tough. So I personally currently have 52 credits completed, and I could have done 2 more extra subjects that would cross it to like 62, but I went back to India in both the semesters. So I think I compensated somewhere, and I'm okay with it, because then I'm gonna give a lot of subjects in this semester, and that's how we are planning to do it.
Yeah, no, of course it is not very easy to
Yeah.
like cover subjects here.
Yeah.
So you shouldn't like really overstress yourself,
Yeah.
but you should have a thing in your mind, not go very slack with it.
Yeah.
And then you need to plan as well.
Yeah.
Not that we are totally perfect at planning,
Yes. But at least we try.
Yeah, we
Yes.
try, and then hope it turns out well.
Yeah, cool. There will be some easy subjects, and it's easy to score a 1.0 in them, but many people will tell you that, oh, it's a very easy subject, so why do not everyone get a 1.0? It's very few people get a 1.0, and it's a very big deal to pull off that stunt. It's a freaking 1.0 we are talking about, isn't it?
True.
Yeah.
So yeah, in some of the subjects you should target them, of course.
Yeah.
Some subjects have oral examinations wherein you could score more.
Yeah.
So you should target those subjects, and in others you need to put in more effort. And in some you put a lot of effort, but at times you don't get a very high score, something like 2.7,
Yes,
3
happens.
even that is the case, but it is very normal general here.
Yes.
So some subjects are very hard, and then you shouldn't get demotivated by
Just
that.
make sure that you have some good grades to compensate those bad grades. That's
True.
how it works. Like then when you see the whole picture, you will see that everything just fell into their places,
True.
Yeah. And talking about Deutschland Stipendium,
Okay.
man, I think it's a big deal for us.
The latest news from our side, from Bibek's side, we in the last week itself we
Yes.
had the scholarship ceremony.
I'll give the photo of ours. It was a beautiful place that they reserved. Like it's called the Aachener Rathaus. Yeah. You wanna tell the story about the place? Yeah.
Totally an amazing evening, one of its kind, a very memorable one in our student lives.
Yes.
In our lives in Aachen as well. The place was just grand. The event was flawless, and we were on the top of the world with the scholarship in our hands. So
yes, and amazing people to meet.
Totally.
Like every top-notch people in the industry came. Like the sponsors came. There were rectors. There were our professors, and it was a brilliant evening. I would say there were drinks. There was foods. What not? I mean.
Totally.
Breathtaking experience. I mean, if I can show you guys, like this is what the certificate actually looks like, and if you like open it, then we have the the things like with our name written in it and stuff like that. And so the Deutschland Stipendium is for the people who have excelled in academic as well as from extracurricular activities, and the German government in cooperation with other sponsors pay you like 300 euros each month for 12 months. So that is like 1 month of your room rent each month for a year. I mean, that's a big deal.
It's a very good support from the companies and even the German government. A very great initiative, I would say.
Yeah.
And it totally gives you a boost to work harder.
Yeah.
And
you have less headache on how much money.
Scholarships we are.
Yes, we are really very grateful for that.
And okay, then the follow-up question would be maybe we can go very general. How do you find 1 year completed in Aachen in Germany, about the university, about the country here, or even Aachen by itself?
I think people here in Aachen are very good, to be honest. At least that's my personal opinion. Why? Because I have been to Stuttgart and one other city, but the difference that I felt is people here are more connected with people. Like even if you walk down to the bus stop and people are waiting, they'll just, if they look at you, they'll be like, "Hi, good morning." Like it's a very subtle thing. It doesn't really matter, but it makes your day better. It's just something. It's about the people. And mainly what happens in the big cities are like the life is so dynamic, it's so fast. And people technically do not have that much of time, but here people have a lot of work, but still they take out the time to say greet you good. And Germany is technically very clean. I found it here in Aachen.
Totally.
In Stuttgart, it was a little bit city. I was in the city, and
big
it was
cities,
in big cities. It's a little bit messy, I would say. I don't wanna. I don't wanna say a lot about it, but it's a little bit messy. But overall, I think it's great. Just the thing that you need to learn the German language sometimes to blend into their culture. Otherwise, it's very difficult to understand what the other people or the group is saying, and you will feel left out. And technically, they try to include you in, but at certain moments, it's not always possible for them to always speak English. It's just by nature. Like if we start speaking Hindi, they won't be able to understand. Just like that,
Yeah, I agree with you. Like, they will try to include you, of course. People are very welcoming here.
Yeah.
It's not what normally people say about people living in Germany, that like they are very cold. Not that cold here.
No,
though the weather is very much cold.
I mean,
now.
I mean,
Right
we are sitting in one t-shirt. That's fine because the radiator here is working at like full capacity. Outside it is approximately 5 degrees. I mean, 5 degrees and raining. We had classes in the morning, and oh my god, I really don't want to go out on the days when it is raining, but we have to.
Yeah, the weather is not very great right now, but the people are good. That's what we were talking about. And coming to the language, like you learning German is obviously beneficial here.
Yeah.
When you like try to approach or try to speak to people in German, they'll be more than happy to converse with you. And of course, like learning German or trying to speak to others in like German people in their own language will be beneficial for you always. Like even from the career point of view,
True.
or even like connecting and networking with people. So like learning German would always be suggested.
Yes, that's 100% true. And how will you say the networking events are here in Germany? I'll give you a scale. Rate it with the networking we did at the scholarship ceremony of Deutschland Stipendium, and rate it with the bonding events that we have every year in Aachen. How would you rate the pros and cons of these both networking events, or how can students like us better from that opportunities?
Yeah, totally. Like there are of course more events at the university, especially at RWTH. There are students from various faculties, and there are of course a lot of students in this student city of Aachen.
Yeah.
So one of the main events you were talking about is the bonding fair.
Yeah.
And the other one, like we recently attended the stipendium ceremony.
Yes.
So like in the bonding fair, of course, it is a job fair in which various companies will come up with their HR team or even their representatives and talk to students about opportunities for the career opportunities. And of course, almost everyone is present from every faculty, and students from every faculty are present at the fair. And there are of course representatives from your dream companies there.
Yes, absolutely.
So networking with the people from companies is very fun and open culture in Aachen at the events.
But how would you rate how much success people get out of those events?
Okay, like how much success you may get is a very questionable thing.
Yes.
But at least you get to try. You get to know the names of the companies. At least you get a perspective where you can like target your career search. True. Or at what points you're good at. Are you able to speak with the company?
I think the most important thing that at least I have developed since coming last year to this year was how you go to an unknown person and how you approach and pitch yourself. I think last year I was
just interrupt you here. Yeah. The point you said is very, very true, and I guess we would love to discuss what we learned in 1 year in Aachen as well later on. And now you can continue.
Yeah. So I think the most important part is how you can pitch to an unknown person who have never seen you in your life, and you tell about yourself. You know, back in India, it's always the question in the interview, tell me about yourself. And this is a place where nobody will ask you this question because you are going to ask something from that company, and you have to technically pitch your way in to ask that if they have a certain role which you are looking for, and that person has to like you back. Otherwise, it doesn't work. Like, there should be a vibration match on both sides for the things to work out. Like, for the last year, I mean, it was like I didn't even know what to ask. because you do not even know the landscape of what you're going to study. It's very difficult for you to know which subjects you're gonna prioritize, which fields you're gonna work in, stuff like that. But this year we have done a lot of things, lot of projects, hands-on things, and we have evolved ourselves in such a way that I know what I'm gonna do in the next semester. Like I want to do an internship.
Yes.
I know the particular field in which I want to do, and that is the thing that I want to pitch to him, that this is the part which I'm good at, and this is what I want to do. Do you have any opportunity for that?
Totally, I agree. The networking opportunities here, of course, are large, and then we learn from them as well, as you mentioned.
Yeah.
Compared to the bonding event last year, we were just like going to whichever company square we found interesting with a lot of goodies or so.
Yeah.
And then we would just approach them, hey, with one eye on their pens or one eye on the notebooks that they were giving.
Yes. You get a lot of goodies. I mean, you can get diaries. I got an umbrella, one, the wireless charger. That I got pens. Sticky pads, whatnot, bags. It's a lot of goodies.
Yeah, that point is also one of the interesting points of a fair. But to get on the serious note, of course, this time we were like we literally researched companies before going to their booths, and we were very direct with their questions. Hey, I want to work in this field.
Yes, absolutely.
And I want to have a work student or a practicum, and then what are the possibilities at your place?
Yes. Do you take people who speak just English, or maybe person who are doing A2 B1 levels?
Yes.
Do you guys accept these people? Stuff like that,
Yes, so the networking game has got strong here in Aachen.
Yes.
And like even this initiative we are doing is maybe like a outcome of the networking and the speaking skills that we have developed here.
Yeah, true, absolutely.
Like maybe a year back we wouldn't be very free doing this. Maybe.
Because we would have to think what to say to you guys. Just to come up with the basic idea of what we're gonna talk about, and for this one we haven't written any script.
We haven't written a single on a single piece of paper. We are just going very impromptu with the flow, and it is turning very well.
Yes, trust me, yes it is. And as compared, if we compare this kind of bonding events to the one which we had just now in the Deutschland Stipendium event, I think it was very closed door. And people were very receptive of you, because you already now have a particular certificate which says that you are an outstanding student. And even if you are gonna talk to a different sponsor of a different student, they are also gonna be very receptive towards you, and they will really value you about what you need to say. So carry yourself like that, so that you be taken seriously. That's I think one of the important things, isn't it?
So one differentiating thing at this ceremony was that every person was very clear with their thoughts, I would say.
Yeah.
And that's what you even learn here. Like in some ceremonies, or from some people, you get to know how clear they are by putting their ideas forward, or they speak to the point, very concise indeed. So the stipendium ceremony was very close bound. And we talked to a smaller group at first, and then there were other opportunities to connect as well.
True. I think it was really wonderful, like talking with other companies. Private donors were there. One of them were working at CERN, and he was an amazing guy. I mean, I clearly remember his name. His name was Frank. He was a really experienced person, and I mean the way he carried himself, he would talk to you. It was really very nice. You get to meet a lot of people. Hands down to that.
So and yeah, you would totally agree, like attending these type of extracurricular or even like coordinated events is so important in addition to your studies. Like you develop yourself, your personality so much just by even observing how people are presenting themselves, carrying themselves. And like I would, and he would totally agree with me that these events are like very must. And my attendance to such events has like increased over the period.
Yeah.
Because now we know that how important these networking and socializing events
I think
are.
it's not the hard skill that matter here. It's more about
Yeah.
the soft skill which matter here.
It's and this part is true everywhere. Like wherever you go, you are in whichever country you are.
Absolutely.
How do you put yourself forward? What ideas you bring to the table are already respected and valued.
Yes, and especially here the interviews. Let's talk about a little bit of the interview things. Here the interviews, as far as I've talked with a lot of people, my experience and stuff like that. Here the interviews are mainly about what you have worked till now, and what are you bringing to the table. That is what matters, because 95% of what will be needed in the job, you will learn that on the job. Correct. It's more about the person wants to know that whatever you have achieved till date, how you have done it, did you have the real motivation for it, and how is your CV following up to the job posting that you applied. Are you even relevant? Have you even thought about why you are applying for the job? I think that's very important here, about being very clear about your motivation, to have a very clear structured CV, to have a very clear structured cover letter for every job specific. You have to tailor your CV with respect to every job. You have to tailor your cover letter with respect to every job. These small tunings will not happen in like one day. This will actually happen slowly over these years. Like in 1 year, I think what my CV looked 1 year back and what my CV looks now. And like now, when I go back and see my CVs are from last year, I was like, ew, what is that? Ew, brother. What is this, brother? I'm like, bro, what did you write? Why have you made such an ugly CV? And I feel very pity that I have sent those CVs. And then I got rejected, and then I got sad because it is my fault. So you will learn these things over the time. You will evolve. You will make a lot of mistakes. Do a lot of mistakes. Learn from them.
Totally. Yeah.
But don't repeat the mistakes.
True that.
Yeah.
And the thing about CVs and applications, like some people, some students learn it a bit later. Some learn it on the go. That here you need to apply a lot.
Yeah.
You just need to approach. You need to apply. We both of us are doing that for now, and then for the till now. And we know we need to do it for the internships, then we need to do it for the master's thesis, then we need to do it for the jobs. But now we know it, like we have it in our minds that the only way is to apply. Is to try for it, get better every time. And of course you should have it in your mind that you'll get it sometime. Just be patient and be very consistent over it.
The consistency is the key. Yes, absolutely. Don't get disheartened because you got rejected in like 200 applications. I think 200 rejections is very basic. Like you will fail. I have a friend, he had like 500-600 application, and then one of the things worked out. It's completely fine as long as you are doing and not sitting back.
True, that is true, and there is no other way, to be honest. You just need to go. You just need to do it. What else are you going to do? You have one thing to apply, and then you try. You always keep on trying. That is necessary.
That is what the game is.
You think about it at times, but then you need to push yourself. No, you just go and apply. Just do it.
Yeah. And sometimes you will feel that okay, this guy talked to me very good, and I'm gonna get that job.
True.
And then you will get the first rejection from that person. And it will just break your heart because you will feel like this person told you so many good things and this and that, gave you his number, his email ID, his LinkedIn profile, everything. Then you talked and then it didn't work out. It will be a downfall of your expectation, but you cannot stop because you cannot afford that. So you have to keep yourself pushing, do your laundries, make your food, eat your food, be happy, go out to have some fun with your friends, go to classes, make some podcasts, just start something new. Like we had the talk yesterday only and he was like, Bibek, हम लोग कुछ कर सकते हैं क्या? And I was like, I haven't done it in a long while, let's do it.
Totally on the go. I was like watching some communication improvement videos to be honest. And then it was like we should do it. Like Bibek was already on with his YouTube channel and I was even even I was like getting into vlogging and stuff.
Yeah.
So it was totally like on the go कि भाई करते हैं.
Yeah.
And he was like हाँ करते हैं, बहुत बढ़िया
Yes.
idea. I'm
Yes.
like अभी कर लो, नहीं तो बाद में नहीं होगा.
Yeah. And this guy is again going back India in December, so he's gonna have a lovely time. I wish you have the best moments of, whatever you have been through in 1 year. Have a lot of fun. See your family, love them a lot, stuff like that. It's always best.
Totally excited to get back to home, and it could also be this thing like now that it's past 1 year and I'm going back, and then you kind of retrospect and then you think about how the year has been.
Yes.
This was also somewhere in my mind.
Yes.
That how the year was. Let's discuss this.
Yeah.
And then we get to know it ourselves as well.
Mm-hmm.
We get to share it with you, and of course then this was one of the reasons as well to do a podcast and then just have a chat together.
I think last year same time, like in December first week, I was very worried about how am I gonna manage my expenses here. Like from second year onwards, I was on my own. Like I technically told that I am going to maintain myself after the first year of blocked account, and I was not going to take any money from him, and that was very very firm. I was from the very beginning. I know he will just help me out in any case, but I was like, what can I do to make sure that I maintain my own living on my own? First I got the Hivi job, and then I got the scholarship. And looking now back at 1 year, when I was thinking what will happen in the next year, I took these incremental steps and built my career, which helped me to be here today.
Totally.
So take smaller steps, think about the next goal that you want to achieve. Do not think about the long term goal. That's very important, but it's very important to take small steps to reach to that big step. It's not just one big jump, then you're gonna reach there. It will take a lot of hard work. It will take a lot of patience, a lot of resilience, perseverance, big freaking words.
All these words.
It feels like we are stressing it out, but this is very casually we are saying that you have to have these things. Otherwise, stay there, do a job there, get settled there, get married, make kids, whatever you want to do there. But if you really want to have a very beautiful life, give up and work hard.
Yeah, well said. I totally agree with this, and even when I look at Bibek, even like he has been more, I would say more hardworking, like overall compared to other students as well. I've seen him going to like not missing one lecture.
Yeah.
Even yesterday, like he was saying he had 3 lectures for the day, and फट गई थी उसकी. फट जाती है, but
you don't get to have the food. I mean, starting from 10 a.m. till 4 a.m. there was a half an hour break. I will not lie, but I didn't have time because I was working on something. Then again, starting from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. I mean, we have 2 hours of break in between, but I cannot go home because the time of commute will eat my thing up, like eat the whole thing up. So there's no point going home. And then I'm out from home since 9 till 9. It's like 12 hours, and you don't. I didn't eat. I was like going mad in the class, but I have to sit for that class. And you have to make yourself sit in the class, because that lecture, like advanced controls, advanced control systems, we have this. We are all afraid of this subject, and we just pray to God that we understand the subject and we pass it. That's the hardest subject in our curriculum. I hope everybody will agree to that.
Agree to it.
Hands down. I mean, please remove this subject. God.
Yeah, every guy from the other course would ask, hey, why do you have this subject?
Yes.
Why your course has this subject? And then we'll say, hey, tell me something new. Tell me something I don't know. But true. Yeah, the subjects are there. You need to do it. You need to put yourself together. And work hard towards it.
Yeah, absolutely. Can't agree more.
After saying these words, maybe we would have back in your mind, we have said something on camera, and then we'll work harder. I think.
Yeah.
Totally, like speaking about what you need to do. Not that we are totally perfect regarding it.
Yeah.
But even coming up with the thoughts that we have in our minds, what needs to be done. even motivates us, and of course it may motivate you as well.
And keep a good record. Try to keep a good record of your academics as well as your extracurricular activities. I would say have fun with your friends, man. Go out, party, go for small trips, hang out sometimes, go to club maybe, drink some beers and stuff like that. Do whatever you want. When I feel like I'm not able to study for that 2-3 days, that I'm seeing that I'm not able to concentrate on anything. The thing which I am enjoying doing at that time, I do it for like 2-3 days. What happens is then I get bored of doing that thing. Like I bought the synthesizer. And the moment I bought it, I started playing it, learning it, chords, this, that. And I was trying to study, but again, it was just in front of me. I was playing it, and neither study nor that was happening properly. So I took 4 days, I just did that. Then I got bored and I went to study, because then I saw that I'm going to fail if I'm not going to study. So things will happen, like you will get distracted. Just do that so much that it stops occurring to you. I think that's the best way of overcoming any infatuations, like small term infatuations. If you have something in your mind that this is eating my head up, just do that. Give it the time that it needs. Then you will feel like, okay, this is totally worthless. Now I'm not saying that is worthless, like this exercise is worthless. It's just that I have to do this more now than that one maybe later. That's what I want to say.
True.
Yeah.
And now it has been such a situation, like maybe for some time you would feel unnatural if you don't go back to your work, you don't do something productive. Like it is for me now been a thing. Like if you don't do something productive for a day or two, I feel
you're losing a part of yourself
inside.
You lose a part of yourself. You will feel like, acha, something is definitely wrong.
But then
and then you will not be able to sleep in the morning for too long.
Yeah, that is true. You will start thinking about your careers and your future. Maybe you get up from sleep to have a cup of water or something, and then it will be hard falling back to sleep. So coming to the points of relaxation, what would you say are like 2 or 3 activities you do, or hobbies maybe you have developed here, which help you relax? Or
I think hobbies, I would say a little bit of playing the synthesizer. Second will be to just go out for a walk. I mean, sometimes during the exams, it's like one month whole at home, and you need to keep on studying. You just need to get out and walk on the street, like just see some different things rather than just your surrounding. Where it will open up your mind. Or you can just go out with some of your friends to have some fun, maybe have some glue wine, maybe have some, whatever you like, maybe Pepsi. Let's take Pepsi. Just have some Pepsi, chat with them, have some food, come back, again study. So I think that's good for the exam time. If you are not in exam time and still you are stressed, like him, go to Austria.
पैसे का कुछ है नहीं. Of course, when you are in Germany, when you are in Europe, you should travel, and you should be able to manage it all. It's I would like come to the point. It is about time management.
Yes.
Your life is about management.
Yes.
You learn it here. You learn it here the hard way, maybe at times. But it is about management, and of course de-stressing yourself is important. Maybe even, and like there are some activities like this podcast, maybe even which help you like do explore yourself, explore the other side of yourself, maybe, and then it develops you as well. Maybe take on some activities which develop you while you are like de-stressing out of your studies or something. Even I like took up with singing recently.
I'll give the link so that you guys can watch, appreciate it, like, share, subscribe, whatever.
Thanks. Yes. So like it's some of the new skills that come out of you.
And just keep trying.
Like singing, for example, I started with singing here in Germany, and then I'm kind of hooked to it. So it's a new thing you discover out of yourself.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that is also the part of a process.
Mhm.
You must be wondering why we have switched places.
Yeah.
Because it was like the discussions were getting very interesting, but it was getting a bit too long.
Yeah.
So what we decided here is to like come to conclusion of part 1,
Yes.
and maybe we'll continue with our discussions.
Yes.
And
We will upload it in the part 2 of this video, which will be, I will put the description in the, I'll put the link in the description. But for this video, I would say thank you for watching till the end. Subscribe to my channel, subscribe to his channel and his Instagram channel. And I wish you guys have a lovely day. Share my video with your friends who are planning to come to Germany or even Eritrea. Please join my group chat, we'll like chit chat with Bibek if you haven't yet. The link is also given in the description. So with that being said, bye bye, have a very nice time. Cheers.
ciao.